Good morning, everybody. It is currently December 4th, and my battery's gonna die immediately because apparently I didn't charge the battery. Morning, everybody. Apparently both my batteries are dying, so I'm gonna try to make this part quick, but I was gonna vlog today and review the books that I read in November while vlogging throughout the day, but now I have to wait for these batteries to charge because apparently the other one's not charged. What the heck? What the heck just happened? Why? I'm so confused. Unless I just am not awake enough and I put the same battery back in this camera, which is a high possibility, so give me a second to figure that out. I totally did that. Yeah, I just put the same dead battery in the camera. So, anyway, hello. I'm fine, obviously. I've only had, as you can see with the bags under my eyes, I have not had a lot of sleep, which obviously means we're gonna vlog. I worked super late last night. I ended up staying an hour late to work when I was supposed to be off at 10:30 at night, so you can imagine how great that was, and ended up not going to bed until after 1 a.m. and then I woke up today technically at like 7, and I've been tossing and turning ever since in my bed, and it's 8:30 right now, so whatever. We're awake even though we don't want to be. But I have a lot of errands and stuff that I need to do today. But on top of that, we have books that we need to review. So I thought instead of just sitting and talking about books, as I do because I can't shut up about books, I need to find a consistent theme with that melody, honestly, because it's different every time I do it. I thought we would review my books that I read in November while we do all this stuff for today, because it's a busy, busy life right now as we're rushing out of 2020. We're trying to get things done, and I just have so much to do, so that's what we're gonna do today. So for now, we're gonna go shower because it's beautiful, right? And we're gonna eat some breakfast because I'm starving, and I'm sorry, I'm so tired. And then we'll go over the plan then. For now, let's stop looking at this face and all the weird blemishes on it right now. But that's, yeah. Okay, yeah. I have showered, as you can see, and we're just waiting for food to get here because I am lazy and I have ordered breakfast. Hooray. Let's talk about a book while we wait for breakfast. Not at all set up properly or anything. This is a weird angle. It has never been in this angle before. So I have this stack. I read 14 books, I think. Oh, this is the stack of books that I read, and they're all gonna fall down now. Okay, cool. Who did I read first? I think these three were the first 3 that I did. So let's talk about, we're going to talk about the first physical book that I finished, which was Sight Witch by Susan Dennard. I finished this one. This is now, I've read all the books that are currently out for the Witchland series. This is technically a prequel for it. I thought it was super interesting. It's kind of a dual POV of like the ancient not mythology, but history that you kind of hear about in the main storyline, as well as with a very minor character that you don't realize is so much. So it was so cool to see this backstory. I think, like, dang, I want to see more of these characters. I don't really care about Merrick all that much. I would much rather read about these characters. So, exactly, I understand. How do you feel about this, Mouse? And Chris? Wait, where's Mouse? Mouse is down here. Mouse, tell me how you feel about the Witchland series. You don't want to say anything now? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, you did like it? I didn't like Wind Witch Brutch either. I agree with you on that point. But Sight Witch was pretty good. Agreed. Yeah. It was very interesting. I like the journal entries because it has like journal entries versus the actual like narration. I really, really loved the Rook. The Rook is such a fun character. I just love Corvid characters, okay? If you have a Corvid in your books, chances are I'm gonna love that character. So I thoroughly enjoyed Slight Witch. Yay! And now I've read all the Witchland series, and I can wait in anticipation for Witch Shadow, which comes out on this date, because I can't remember. I want to say it comes out in January, but I think that is wishful thinking on my part. It's witchful thinking. I'll go home. Did you want to say anything, Chris? Did you have any opinions about the books we read this month? They're good to scratch on? I agree. You do enjoy scratching around the corners of the books while I'm reading them. Especially the hardcovers. The hardcovers are the best to scratch against. So, okay, you just enjoy your naps. Alright, we're gonna see where food is, because I'm hungry. And we have a whole bunch of books here to cover, but we'll go through them throughout the day. But that is the first one, first physical read that I finished. Sorry, I'm not actually looking. I have no idea where I am. Ta-da, ta-da. Hey, so do you need something? Hi. Okay, she's not feeling good today, FYI. Yeah. Okay, so the thing I ordered from Canva like a month ago finally just arrived, and I'm super happy. I have to figure out how to construct this other thing for it. So I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Ready? Here's your sneak peek. Wah, wah. That's all you get. I'm really excited though. I have to figure out how to make this work. But this is part of my new, like, thing for the new year. And it's here now. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. It's gonna look great. It's gonna do some good stuff. It looks really good. I'll give you another sneak peek. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You like it? You like it? You like it? Cool. You guys could easily just pause the video and look at it, but I'm excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. You excited? No, you're not feeling good. It's what's happening here. She's been throwing up a lot today. Mouse has to go to the vet. Please feel better, okay? I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but the place that I live is one of the most annoying places to get food delivered. Apparently if you're me, not if you're my sister, who also lives here. She doesn't ever have this problem. But people on like Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash and stuff can never find my apartment. And it drives me absolutely insane. Like there's no reason not to be able to find it, honestly, because now it accurately shows. It used to not accurately show, and I'd have to write I can't talk. I give up on talking. I'd have to write in instructions for them, be like, hey, it's one building further down the road. And this person is like going nuts, driving in circles, and I'm like, what are you doing? Just use your brain. What are you doing? Why can no one ever find my place? It's so frustrating. Because then I end up having to text them, and then they call me and go, I can't find where you are. I'm like, look behind you, you know? And they're like, oh, I saw the big thing with G on it. I'm like, no, that's the other side of the freaking road. Because there's these apartments on the other side that are big and yellow and white, and they have these big G on it, and it's like, no, that's their building name. My building name is completely different. I've already given you the building name. My apartment name is the letter, but not the whole freaking number. Oh my god, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous how they can't read the instructions. Like, I give you very detailed instructions because this happens all the time to me, and yet they do not. And I don't understand it, and it's very frustrating, and I just want my food, so now I'm hungry. So we ate breakfast. We've done a little bit of, have a package to go ship, so, which I've procrastinated a lot on that. I'm so sorry. Things happened. Things have happened, and I'm debating not even putting on makeup today. I don't know. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna be wearing a mask, but like, I don't know. I don't feel like it. It's my day off, but I'm also filming, so I always feel weird when I'm not wearing makeup when I'm filming because, you know, it's my face, and my face is not ideal. Exactly, Mouse. My face, like, it's not fun noises. Thank you for that. I don't know, and I know some of you guys would be like, well, your face is so pretty or whatever and stuff, and it's like, that's not how I feel. It's just, It's never how I felt about my face, especially on camera when I have to edit this later. So I don't know, but I don't have the energy to go force myself to put on especially eye makeup because my eye is twitching because I didn't get enough sleep last night. So I'm going to attempt to forgo, again, I can't talk, makeup today. So sorry about that. My face is, this is what it is. Before we head out, let's review another book before we actually get going for the day. I'll set you right there. And we're gonna review, because I grabbed it first, we're gonna review The 10th Girl, which this was a book I was supposed to have read back in like January or March. It was one of the early months that I was supposed to be reading this book, and I finally have read it, and I'm actually somewhat disappointed by it. It started out so good and creepy, because this is like a horror-ish kind of book where we have, I think it's set in Argentina? Yes, literally there. A haunted Argentinian mansion, and this character who is who's on the run because her parents or her mother was part of like a rebellion. Her mother was against the government and stuff and was then taken, and so she's on the run and poses, she's still a teenager but poses as a teacher, as an English teacher in this very prestigious but isolated school. It's like, it's haunted and there's all these weird rules, and then there's a perspective of an actual ghost in here, and that's cool. It's all this ghost stuff, and then it takes this weird turn that I did not expect. It was a twist that I definitely did not see coming, but I also was like, what? It was not a twist I liked. So I was really feeling the ghosty vibes and stuff, and a little bit of like possession and stuff going on. We had this weird sickness and stuff happening. And then the twist happened, and I was just like, I guess now looking more at the cover, okay, there's more of a hint to that twist in this, but not at all what I thought. I was so weirded out by this. This was a strange book. You may like it, you may not. I will tell you that twist came out of nowhere for me, but in hindsight, you're like, oh, okay. Maybe kind of get where that's going. I don't want to spoil it for you because I do think some people will really like this twist. It's just not a twist I was partial to, because I wanted to go into this full-on haunted horror ghost story stuff, and it twisted it to be something completely different, and the ending was just like, what? How does that work? So I didn't quite believe the resolution of the ending. So I don't know. It's up in the air. This is like, some people may absolutely love this and some people may absolutely hate this. So I'm kind of like, I loved half of this. That's where I'm at with this one. So there's that. Let's go get stuff moving. We're gonna go to the post office first, and then we're gonna pet a cat first. I'm sorry. We're gonna pet a cat first, and then we're gonna go to the post office. Okay, so we're done with the post office, but here's the thing. So I printed my label and stuff online because I was just gonna like put it in the bin like I normally do, and it forced me to print this thing to have them scan it in. And then I get there, I'm like, I don't know why it had me do this. I'm used to doing this other way. It's like, yeah, that's for your carrier. And I'm like, yeah, I get that, but I didn't select that, so I don't know why it made me print it. And they just kind of, why is the Postal Service so confusing? I don't understand why there's like 5,000 different like ways to ship things. Like, I get there's probably like reasons for it and stuff, but like, why can't they have simple terminology for it? I just want to send this thing to another person. That's all I want to do. Why can't we just make the terminology and everything very easy? Why has it to be like proprietary express exclusive gold thing? Like, why did we do this to ourselves? Why did we do this? Why can't we make it simple? Okay? It's mail. It's mail. All right, it's a package. I want to ship the package to this person in another state. I've given you the address. I have paid for the weight of the package. Can that be the end of it? Why are there so many other steps with this? so many, do you want to send it this way? Do you want this insured? Do you want this way? Do you want this way? And I'm like, can you just send it, please? Like, why did we get to this? That's my frustration with the mail. Anyway, it wasn't that bad actually going in. It was just like a long line and stuff, but I didn't actually have to wait for the line because the stupid online stuff, because the online stuff doesn't explain anything. There's nothing to like tell you this is what you're doing. And then it forced me to print that thing, which forced me to stand in line with all these people, and grouchy old ladies, like I was just walking out, this lady, this very old lady walks in, looks in, goes, son of a bitch, and walks right out again. And I'm like, it goes fast, you know. Patient, why does no one have patience anymore? Does nobody have any patience? Can no one just wait? Oh my God, it just kills me. And it's like segue into me playing Among Us now, because I play Among Us now like a lot. And hello, yes, I am filming in my car. Hello, sir. Good day to you. But like, you know, you host a game and you have like 4 people in it, and you can get up to 10 people in this game. That's what makes it fun, having a lot of people, so you don't know who the imposter is. And everyone's like, start. And I'm like, freaking calm down. Can you wait just for some more people to join us? Impatient. Holy crap. Anyway, we're going to Target now because I can't find my Velvet gloves, and I need to buy gloves because it's cold. Well, it's not cold today, but at 4 in the morning when I'm scraping off my car, it's cold. And I've just been wrapping, so I have my jacket there. See my jacket with my scraper? So I've had one glove on this hand, and then I wrap my jacket around my other hand. That's how pathetic is that. This is the true life of me you're getting today, guys. This is what's happening. Okay, and real quick, we'll do a book review since we're already in my car. Which book are we gonna talk about? Hold on. Who are we talking about next? Totally went out of order. We're gonna talk about Darius the Great Deserves Better, which is gonna be on the screen now. Darius the Great Deserves Better is the sequel to Darius the Great Is Not Okay. And I love Darius the Great Is Not Okay. It's a really good, hard-hitting story about a boy who with mental health issues, who has, not issues, but like, he has depression. And he is a fractured Persian, and he ends up going to Persia. Iran. I'm fine. To see his grandfather, who is is dying. He doesn't die though, so never mind. He's fine. Spoiler. But that's the first book. I already talked about the first book. But now we're in the sequel, and he's back home in America. He's officially out as gay to his parents as well, because that was kind of the underlying tone in the first one. He wasn't out yet, and it wasn't actually stated, but now it is. And he has a boyfriend, and he has his internship at this tea place, and he still has his depression. He's still going through things, and it's more of his coming out, not coming out, but like more of him becoming himself and getting comfortable with that, and dealing with a lot of different issues, and seeing more of his dad's depression and stuff, which I really appreciated. Seeing more of the adult side of how, you know, depression is, because a lot of stories with like YA and depression, it kind of ends on this like happy note, but it's also worthy to note that like depression doesn't just go away. And seeing his dad kind of go through this with their transition and stuff, it was really, really heartwarming. And this is such an underrated book series, or duology, I guess, and I really, really, really want a third, because like, oh my God, we need to have more. I need more with his friend. I need more now with Darius growing into himself as an adult, and you know, his life after high school and stuff. He's not fully graduated, I don't think yet, but it was just a beautiful, beautiful story, and I highly recommend the Darius the Great duology so far by Adib Khorram, and they're just great and highly underrated books, and they're beautiful. They're just beautiful books. Okay, we're gonna go to Target now. Just kidding, we went to Black and Red because I haven't been here in a while and I wanted to be here. I'm also kind of Christmas shopping right now for my family, and I wanted to see what stuff I could find from their wish list, or just something that jumps out to me and says, this goes to my family. So yeah. That was successful because I got one Christmas present for my sister. I'm not going to show it to you just in case she watches this video. Doubtful she does, but I was also looking for my brother-in-law's present, but they didn't have the ones he wanted, so I bought myself some dice because I need them. These are really cool. They have stuff inside them. I don't know how well you guys can see, but they looked really cool. So yeah, like this one has a little heart in it and stuff. How cute. Very cute, and they're shiny, and I need dice. So now I'm a real gamer, guys. It's for my TBR thing, honestly, but maybe someday I'll actually play D&D. Fee, hey, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that game. I can do it now because I have dice. So there we go. Now we're going to Target. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a long time since I've shopped in a Target. I don't actually come to Target very often at all. Where are my gloves? Okay, clearly I have man hands because it's impossible to find gloves that fit my giant hands. I have these ones, but I wanted leather gloves because I hate wearing cloth gloves because they get wet when you're scraping your car. I want to have wet gloves. I'm scraping the car. Yes. Don't judge me. Might I interest you in some fuzzy sticks? Hey, did I mean to buy that much? No. But did it save me a trip today? Sort of. But I did buy something that'll make me feel a little bit cuter that I probably spent too much money on. But you know what? I have hair for a headband now. What do we think? I think it kind of looks a little little renaissance-y, you know? What do we think? Do I look a little cuter now even though I'm not wearing makeup? I hope so. I bought a lot of stuff. But they're for projects. Like there's reasons for the stuff that I have bought. Okay? Except for this. Which is the reason is to look cute. It's hot. Why is it hot? Colorado, what's wrong with you? I mean, I'm fine with it also being warm because I hate the cold, but anyway, okay. We need to go, what's my best plan of action? I should really go to the dogs now. I should go home to the parents and do the book thing because we're going to unhaul books and then we're going to Second Charles and we're going to sell the books and get credit to buy Christmas presents for people or me. We don't know yet. We'll see what's there. But I've done one Christmas gift so far, but that's because everybody's Christmas gifts are really hard to do. Okay, it's really difficult. People are either really, really picky or really, really vague, and I hate that. Okay, just be easy. Just be easy, guys. Hi! Okay. Up, up, up. Come here. Hi. Hi. Oh. 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 What? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Oh. I don't know if you can hear her wheezing there. The whistle weasel. Hi. Oh, I missed you too. I missed you too. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. Lucy. Oh, she's gonna. Oh. What are you doing? Goofball? Oh. She's like jumping. Oh, oh. Hi. Oh. Ah. So this is what it's like when I finally come home after weeks of not being here. Because, you know, we're trying to be good about social distancing. Right, Lucy? Huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hi, baby. I love you. I miss you too. Hi. Are you okay? Are you doing okay without me? Oh no. There's a baby. Look at this baby. It's a pie. Oh, there's a Lucy. Oh, Lucy's turn. Lucy's turn. Oh, there's a girl. How you doing? Are you good? There. Oh, that's the spot. Okay. Oh, my girl. Oh, gosh. While I was at Target, I bought you a treat. I did. No, there's nothing outside. There's a treat right here. What? I bought him a candy cane treat. Okay, do you want this? Okay. What do good girls do? What do good girls do? What do? They sit and you good girl. There. We're going to eat our candy cane on our Santa blanket. Yeah, we're just gonna lick it. Cause we're the little big boys. We're a tiny dog. I'm gonna take, okay, our Halloween pillow, but our Santa blanket. That's how we live in this house. Into mom's room. And we're gonna eat it on the floor. Good? Okay, good. All right, now everybody's getting settled in the bed. Sort of. This one's still kind of rowdy. This one's still going a little nuts. Lucy's all settled on our fish. This one still really needs attention though. I mean, look at this face. Look, this is a face that just needs attention. Oh, they're doing. Yes, hi. Everybody just look at how cute my dogs are. Here's a Pai Pai. There's a Woosie. Woosie's tired. Pai Pai is not tired. Pai Pai is ready to freaking rock and roll. Look at that face. What? What? You're getting Lucy upset now. Lucy's getting crazy now. Are you trying to go into bag? Is it bag dog time? Pai Pai, you going to go into bag? Come on. All right, if you want to go into bag, you can be bag dog. Do you remember when you were bag dog that one day? When Woosie was at the vet and you were done and it was going to be a bit and I still had errands to run, so you were bag dog? You liked bag dog time. Are we good? Okay. So here are the shelves right now at my parents' house of my books, right? So it is finally time for an end of the year unhaul, where I have to come to terms with the fact that I own almost 800 books and I'm not going to be able to read them all in my lifetime. Nor will I want to, actually. It's more like some of these, oh great, now we're gonna fight on the floor. Some of these books I bought years ago thinking I was interested in them, and now my tastes have changed and I don't have an interest in them anymore. And I feel really bad about that because, you know, I spent money on them. Granted, a lot of them I did not spend so much money on. What are you two doing? Nothing. We're totally innocent. That's not what's happening right now. We're talking about books. Unless you want to talk about books, go back to bed. I'm gonna unhaul a bunch of books. I've already pre-selected a bunch of them based on my Excel sheets, but I may have some more thrown in. But before we get to all of these, there is one from the books that I read last month in November that I'm going to be unhauling, which is Splintered by A.G. Howard. This is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. It wasn't bad, okay? Now, unhauling doesn't necessarily mean it was bad. This was an okay book. I didn't hate it. I think of all the Alice retellings I have read, this is actually my favorite of them so far. And because I really liked how Alice was interpreted, I liked her she had a very uniqueness, she had a unique hobby, and mental health plays its role in this as well. But the problem was it does too many tropes of its time, which this was, gosh, when was this released? When were you released? 2013. So it's in that genre of YA fiction. We have kind of that love triangle thing sort of happening. I wasn't a fan of the actual love interest in this. I think he's dumb and stupid and I don't like him, but I don't really care too much for the other love interest in this either. It's just kind of it's not really my thing anymore. Again, it wasn't bad. It might be something other people are into. So if you like Alice in Wonderland, that's the other thing. I'm not a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. So I keep picking up Alice in Wonderland retellings thinking I'm going to find one that's going to blow me away. But it didn't blow me away, but it was still like a 3.5 for me. 3-ish probably is more where it's landing, but I don't think I have enough from this first book to really want to continue the trilogy. So that's why it's getting unhauled. If I don't have enough love for it, I'm not going to go on to the trilogy. That's just what I'm doing with that. So this is getting unhauled along with the other books in the series. So this is partially part of my resolution, is to, you know, not force myself into so many books. Sorry if you're getting echoey. I just realized I put you inside the box of the bookshelf here. But I trap myself into series a lot thinking, oh, I have to read it all. And I still don't really DNF books all that much, but I'm trying to DNF more series when they're just not holding my interest. So that's kind of the basis for a lot of this unhaul, is doing that. And then I can stop myself from buying whole series at a whole time, which is an issue for me. I'm going to go through a bunch here that I just don't hold. I already know somewhere up here, somewhere up here, somewhere up here, we have stuff that I don't want to read. Oh yeah, right here. So we have these guys, Anna Dressed in Blood, Girl of Nightmares. Now, granted, it's by Kendara Blake, who I really liked for Three Dark Crowns. But I don't think this is her earlier stuff. And I don't, from the reviews and just the concept of it, you know what? I'm probably just not going to be reading it. So, yeah. This one's going to go away. We'll see. Maybe if it pops up as an audiobook sometime, I'll read them, but as of right now, I've had them for too long that it's probably just not going to happen. I feel so bad. I don't like unhauling, but it's necessary. It's just necessary, so I'm not going to make a huge deal out of all this. I'm not going to film each and every one that I'm pulling, but this is what my shelves look like currently. I don't know how big of a dent I'm going to be making. Probably not that big of a one, to be honest, but we'll see. I'm definitely spending way too much time here today, but I have unhauled books, and I think I did a decent chunk for an unhaul. I have quite a few here. A lot of these are not all that popular, so I'm only going to say the ones that I think would get the most shock factor, and that one definitely being like, I'm unhauling the Red Queen series. I have the entire series. I don't anticipate reading this one. I know it's like something with vampires, I think, but honestly, I have no inclination to read this anymore. I did once upon a time, but I'm really not feeling it anymore. I'm getting rid of all the Melanie Dickinson ones, which are all like the little retellings, like Princess Spy, Captive Maiden, Huntress of Thornbeck Forest. I'm just like, I'm kind of done with a lot of cutesy retellings. I don't know. I'm kind of over a lot of retellings right now. I have been retelling out. Now I'm adding to this list Crowns of Croswald by D.E. Knight. I don't anticipate reading this one. I don't anticipate myself picking it up. I'm also unhauling the Brittany Cavallero's Charlotte Holmes series. I'm not a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes in general, even though it's a gender-bent twist to it. I just feel like this is going to be a meh series for me, and I really want to focus on books that I'm really excited about, you know? Also, Conspiracy of Raisins. I picked this up when I was in Canada, and I did not know this was a sequel, and looking at the first one, I just don't think I'm going to get into it. So that's going. I debated about this one, but Trader's Kiss, this series right here, I have, again, all three. I don't anticipate getting to it or wanting to get to it anymore, which I know some of you are like, you got some of those books this year, and I'm like, I know, I'm aware. Also, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies series here. which is probably a big shocker for a lot of people because I love Pride and Prejudice, but I'm not a zombie fan. I'm really not, and I tried to like it. I did watch the movie. I know they're completely different, but I just don't want to. I just don't want to, and I'm not going to force myself to. And that's the thing. Don't force yourselves to buy books you're not excited about or you're not at least really, really intrigued about. Now, there's still some on this shelf that I'm like, about, but I'm going to let them have a little bit of a lifespan on my shelves here. We'll see. But some of these have just been with me for far too long, like Red Queen. I've owned that series for far too long and have not gotten to it. There's still like, I'm debating still Sally Green's Half Bad trilogy. I've owned that a really long time. I feel like I'm going to let it have one more cycle on my shelves. And if I do not read that series in 2021, it's gone. And I'm going to do that with a lot of books coming up. But we have filled about 3 bags on my bed here of books to unhaul. We need to go to Second Charles and do this. We still have so many more errands to do today, and we're losing lights, and I just spent a lot of time. Granted, my dad came home and we talked a bit, and he helped me figure out some stuff with the secret project thing I'm working on, so construction wise stuff with that. So, but I did clear out some. I'm not going to shove them all further back, but I have a few more gaps and stuff now. I did it. Okay, we need to get going. I'm amazing. I just got like 80 bucks for all those books, and I just found 2 things for my other sister for Christmas on her wish list. Amazing. Whoa, the sun is bad. Yikes. A funny story, checking out, and there was a newbie training, and the guy was leading him through, and he's like, yep, it's okay, you don't have to ask her, she's a regular. And I went, yep, I am. Yay. I'm sorry I haven't actually been reviewing the books yet. I just want to get some stuff done. I was going to do some more in there, but they processed my stuff really fast. And then I was like, chop and find the books. And so I was really happy with the books that I got, you know, for the price that they were, because I got them all for free, basically. It's great. That was $80 of books that I got for free. Actually, it was a lot more than that. I don't know. Wait. They're worth a lot more than that, but their price was discounted because they're at Second Charles. So there's that. Anyway, but except one of the books is a signed edition, so that was the most expensive book I got, but it's the book that I cannot find literally anywhere, so really excited about that. And we need to go. I'm seeing if Morgan's ready. If Morgan is ready, we're gonna go get my book from them that I lent them a year ago. Success! My book is back! We have The Rise of Kyoshi by FCE. I lent this to Morgan a year ago. And now The Shadow of Kyoshi is out. That's why I really wanted it back, so that I could have them both on the shelf. It's so funny because Morgan's hair, we have the same haircut right now, but Morgan's hair is like lime green, and then I'm right red. We're like, oh my god, for Christmas. Oh, I miss Morgan! I miss them so much. Okay, so we're gonna figure out what we can accomplish down here. I don't know if there's an Ulta down here. I need to go to Ulta because I need to get my stuff for my makeup remover. Not that I have any makeup on, but I'm out of it, so need that. And I gotta go to Best Buy and get some other stuff. And then we gotta go Walgreens, and then we gotta go do all this other stuff. And then we can go home and I can finish reviewing all the books because I've only reviewed 3 of them. Here, let's do one more right now. Next book, A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. Oh my God. I loved this book so much. This is so different. It's the beginning of a new series for her. Dark academia, and it's got a very different magic system to it. I really loved our main character who is just like alone all the time and is kind of bitter and annoyed, but gosh, I can't even explain it well. It was just so well done, and I loved the magic system in it. And I hate that everyone's like, oh, it's just dark Harry Potter. And I'm like, it's really not. It's really, really its own thing. And I loved this aspect of there's a fake dating thing, but it's not really fake dating because there's no agreeing to fake date. It's like, well, if he's, because the other character suspects her of being, because her name is Galadriel, by the way, but everyone calls her Elle. He suspects Elle of like murdering these other kids, and so he's not gonna leave her alone because he's Mr. Hero Chosen One kind of thing. And she's like, well, obviously I'm just gonna tell everybody we're dating, and she thinks that's gonna annoy him and stuff, and she doesn't tell him that, but everyone just assumes that they're together and stuff, and so it's kind of funny. Because he's going around saving people, but people are kind of mad about him doing that. She's really mad about it because he saved her life, and she's like, freaking stop it, I'm gonna kill you if you save me one more time, kind of thing. And the dynamic is just so interesting and fun. I cannot wait, and that was such a good cliffhanger to it. It was a good resolution to the book, and then it kicked it off with another little something for you at the end there. So this was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoy this. I'm really, really liking Naomi Novik's writing. Now I've only read 2 of her books, but you know, I enjoy those too. So there's another review. Now we're gonna go and try to get more stuff done. Making it really difficult for me to find the one thing that I need in the store. I can't find it. It's a tiny thing. Well, apparently they don't even carry it anymore, so that's fine, but we did get some things to smack myself in the face with. We got some cleaning canisters because I want to deep clean my computer. Yeah, super fun. So we're gonna head back up to my territory now, get out of Boulder because I don't come down to Boulder anymore. Whatever, so I don't actually go to places anymore. Fine, they're like, oh, it's at Target. I'm like, I was already at Target today. I'm not going back. You can't make me. Continuing on with reviewing books throughout the day. Let's talk about A Map of Days, which actually I won't do a full review for because Hala and I ended up accidentally buddy reading this, and now she just finished reading Conference of the Birds, and I'm about to read that one on Libby. I am in the middle of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and then next up is Conference of the Birds. So we're gonna do a little 2-book review together. Overall, it was nice slipping back into the world of Miss Peregrine. I forgot how much I liked this world because the movie just ruined everything for me, and I really, really liked it. I really liked how much they kind of talked about how weird Jacob's relationship is with Emma, because it's always weirded me out. And I really liked the expansion into American peculiars and stuff. I thought this was super interesting. So A Map of Days, a longer review stuff coming with that one, with me and Hala talking about that. Yay, let's move on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. As you can see, it got really dark out. It's only 6 o'clock right now. We're finally done with all of my errands. Oh, that took so long, but we're done. We got almost everything. The only thing I didn't get was printer ink because no one has my ink for my printer. So, fine, we're ordering online for that. Whatever. But now we have to go home and carry all this stuff up and make curry, because we're gonna make curry tonight because that's what I do. Actually, I haven't made curry in a really long time. So we're making it, and then we'll continue reviewing books.
We're home. Both Crystal and I had problems.
Hi.
Hi.
I know you both have problems.
With our network.
I'll make some curry. Now that I'm home.
Did my rice cooker die?
The rice cooker die?
I need something else that plugs in.
Hold on. no, it just unhooked.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Over here.
Over. I'm like,
don't give me a heart attack. Like, I know you were cheap.
Yeah, okay.
Let's move that back over. I know you were a cheap fucking $20 rice cooker, but don't do this to me.
Just got tangled and unplugged.
Okay.
It's fine, everything's fine.
That's okay.
We're all fine. Let's talk about Loveless, shall we? By Alice freaking Oseman. This is the most freaking relatable book I have ever read in my goddamn life. You want to talk about a relatable ace story? Read this freaking book. You want to learn about who I am as an ace person? Read this freaking book. Very passionate about Loveless because it's like the main character loves like romance books and movies and stuff like that, and princesses and idea of falling in love and all that la-di-da-di-da stuff. And like I love la-di-da-da-day stuff, you know, Emily?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes to college and she's like really struggling with like, you know, she's never been kissed, and I'm like, okay, sure, you're still a teenager, but whatever. Some of her struggles I'm just like, okay, you're still young, but I still get it because, you know, I'm a 33-year-old lady. It's still a struggle when you're living in a world so heavily focused on like not just romance, but like, you know, going out for like freaking one-night stands and dating culture and sex culture and alcohol culture and all this stuff, and she's pushing herself to do these things because that's what she thinks she's supposed to be doing, but it makes her very uncomfortable because it's just not her and she doesn't know about being ace yet. And I really appreciate that there was more than one ace in this story. That was super nice. I kind of really hated some of her friends though, and the way that they treated her in this, because she's trying to figure this stuff out, and the way that they react to a lot of stuff, and they're supposed to be her best friends, and I'm just like, okay, jerks, will you hear her out for once? And they often say the things that I hate the most when you talk to ace people, and they're like, well, you'll find someone someday, and it's like, no, that's not always the freaking case, people, all right? The world population, very uneven, okay? Read this book, it's really good, and it was 5 stars for me. But like legit, all of her feelings were like my feelings. Vindication! Na, 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 na. Roll in the onions. Onion. So you can chop the peppers. Not bad. You get a pretty large view of our very messy kitchen.
Valerie doesn't watch the video to comment.
She don't live here. Valerie doesn't watch any of my videos.
That's a lie.
That is not a lie. She watches nothing I do.
I can guarantee.
That's not true.
I have it on good authority.
Uh-huh. I'm sure. She watches, okay, if she watches because she's like, oh God, this is what Stephanie's doing now. What a ridiculous person. God, she's so stupid. Ugh. That's it.
Shouldn't put that in the video.
I'm putting that in the video because I know for a fact that's her opinion of me and YouTube. That it's stupid. And if she wants to come out and contradict me, she's welcome to. I don't know how loud this is gonna get between the fan and the crackly cracklies and stuff. Now the bell peppers, for those of you at home making curry yourselves, bell peppers are my special thing that I put in. It's not the traditional recipe. Traditional recipe is potatoes, onions, carrots, and your meat of choice, if you put a meat of choice in. That's it. Also cheating by putting just baby carrots in. But that's because I like them. Japanese joke for you. It was a shishamo pepper. Only Japanese joke get it. To explain, shishamo is the type of fish that you eat because it's pregnant. You open it up and you go, oh my God, it's pregnant! And you're happy because you get to eat the eggs. It's also super nasty. These are the best little potatoes to put in your curry. Okay? Most people chop up potatoes and stuff, but you only get these at Whole Foods. I don't know, maybe Sprouts has them too, but I don't shop at Sprouts. And my battery's gonna die, woo! Okay, so now we're home. And we're cooking curry. And we gotta move stuff around. We talked about Loveless, my beautiful Loveless. Oh, I love it so much. I could not love it less. right? I could not. Yeah, I don't know. I have more books to review. Okay, we did A Deadly Education. This is a special Owl Crate one, which is all shiny, FYI, but the unfortunate spine that I think was a terrible choice. Talked about A Map of Days, and we'll be talking about that more later. And we talked about Darius the Great Deserves Better. Cool. Let's talk about Unravel the Dusk, which is by Elizabeth Lim and is a sequel to Spin the Dawn, which was amazing, and this was even more. No. Was it even more amazing? I think I still like Spin the Dawn more. There was some interesting convolutions that happened with this one. I really liked the kind of darker edge that our main character took, and kind of her darker path. I thought it was very interesting mythology and how this went and how it ended up. I did think it would end up a little bit differently, but it's fine how it did. It's still a great ending to it. It's a really solid duology. That I can tell you. Like, there is no need to go further in this. This is solid 2-book done. Some of the battle stuff was kind of like, I don't really quite understand some of it, but for Maya's character herself, her growth in it, her path in it and everything, that was solid. It was solid that way. I really liked this teetering onto darkness and magic and all this really cool stuff. It definitely, like, the names for this are spot on, like Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk. Like, it's not just like a quirky, let's make them match. Like, it works so well with the theme of the books. So, well done. Let's also talk about Where Dreams Descend. This is also a fancy Owl Crate one. Ooh. This is by Janella Angelis. And this one I was so confused about for a long time reading this. I was like, what am I reading? What is happening? The magic is very unique because it's like they're magicians, but there's real magic too. So you're not 100% sure about what's magic here. I was kind of confused. Like, what is the point of the show and like how these towns work? That was where I was really confused about everything. I'm still kind of confused on it. I am intrigued enough to want the sequel because I believe there is a sequel. I think it's coming out fairly soon too, or might even already, no, it's definitely not already out. This book just came out this year because there is a really good kind of twist ending to how it happens, because you figure out kind of who the real main character is, I guess, or how it builds into being the setup for the new main character in the next book. Her assistant in this is my favorite character. He's so fun. I love him. But it's interesting. It's definitely an interesting story. It's one you really need to pay attention to. It's not one you should kind of drift from. Really loved her first big act that she does in the competition. I thought that was stunning. Kind of predictable in some of the love story aspect of it because there is a romance in here, but still interesting. Still good. If you like a good magician story, there you are. The Invisible Library by Genevieve Kaufman. This was okay. I still want to continue with the series because this was one of my 2020 books that I want to read, and I have 4 more books in the series that I own. I don't know if I'm going to get to them all, but again, a very interesting concept for this library, for the job that happens. Our main character is very interesting and unique on her own. There was one point in this that I was just like, why? Why? And it's right in the beginning because she becomes a mentor to this new character, Kai, and it's his first real mission or anything out there with her. And immediately, now they don't actually do this, but immediately they are going to like a motel for the night to stay for their mission for the first night, and he immediately assumes they're gonna sleep together, and she's like, nah, I could, you know, and like actually considering, I'm like, you're his mentor, and this is the relationship you want to go with? And they don't actually do anything, thank God. But I'm just like, why was that even necessary? It took me completely out of the entire plot. It took me completely out of their actual relationship that grows. Because it does grow. in this, and they do have a relationship that builds, but I'm like, that scene did not need to happen at all. There was no reason for that. So I was so confused, and that scene, see, that's what sticks with me for this whole book, because so many other things happen in this book, but that's the scene that sticks out to me, is that really awkward moment. And I hate that part. But the rest of the book is fine. It's an adventure. I'm sorry I'm blurry again. I don't understand why that was in there. Because it's a very steampunky book. The world that they go into has chaos. There's fae. There's vampires in it. There's all this mystery and magic and stuff. I hate the other librarian person that's working in this, because I didn't understand their purpose whatsoever. Let me just, I'm not on a good tripod, just FYI. I was trying to get more light so that it would stop going out of focus, but now it's gone even worse out of focus. So, I'm sorry, you guys are just gonna have to deal with my stupid face going in and out of focus. So, maybe it's better out of focus though, let's be real. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm intrigued to see where it leads in the next book. Is this a series enough to hold me throughout several books? Because I think there's at least like 7 out right now. I don't know. We'll see. It's an adult, by the way. Also, this is an adult book. I'm getting more into adult books. I've been picking more adult books lately. So there's that. I need to go check on my curry though real quick, so pause. All right, curry's looking good. It's still going though. All right, we're gonna talk about Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rodgerson. This one dropped. I'd had this on hold for a while. It wasn't on the planned TBR. Another Owl Crate version, the more purpley. As you can tell, Owl Crate loves to purplize books. That's not a word, but they love to do that. This was unexpected how much I liked this. I was very intrigued by the twists that this took, the reasons for why our protagonist was going through what she was going through. I'm sorry, I'm being so vague. I want you guys to read this book though. This was really, really good. She was a very unique protagonist. She grew up in this library with all these grimoires and all these, like, you know, demonic created books and stuff, and talks to them, and, you know, she wanted to be the very best, like no one ever was. I'm sorry, I just triggered myself. That's also true. But she also gets framed for the murder of, like, the head librarian, which I'm forgetting what the name is, what the title is. But anyway, so the society is actually run by these sorcerers, and she ends up kind of traveling with this sorcerer who she had met a long time ago. He comes to pick her up because he's gonna deliver her, and she thinks he's just gonna kill her. And so there's this weird kind of tag game going on. But we also have the character of Silas, who is the best. I love Silas oh so much. And oh my god, Silas is great. Silas is it's not really a twist because it's very obvious he's a demon. Because sorcerers all sell a bit of their soul, a bit of their time to demons for servitude. So all sorcerers have a demon with them, and Silas is the demon that we meet for our characters here. And it's a really fun trio dynamic that happens with them. And I just love Silas so much. Sorry. Because he's a very polite demon. But he will murder you, because it had to be done. It just, obviously that's what was necessary. I don't know why you're questioning me about this. I am a demon. I loved it. This was a really fun high fantasy book. It's a really good standalone. Like, you don't get many good fantasy standalones nowadays, and this is a really good fantasy standalone. So well done. Yay. Moving on to a book I was so excited. I did not think I was going to get to this book this year, because I've had it on hold, and it said it was on hold for like 20 more weeks, and then all of a sudden, like, everyone dropped them, and I got to have it in my Libby app. But that is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and oh my god, I love this book. I cannot wait for the sequel. I'm still waiting for the sequel to drop in my Libby app, but there is a good chance it will do it this month, and I'm in love with this series. This is an adult book. It is based mostly in like Egypt and I don't know, it's not like the Middle East, but like Mediterranean, a little bit of Middle East, that whole area. It's a very wide, expansive, and then it has Daevabad, which is a fictional kind of city. It's the city of brass. There you go. That's it. We have Nari, who has grown up in the human world and later, but she kind of has a little bit of magic of her own. She understands any language, and she accidentally summons a djinn. On accident. She didn't mean to. She was performing a fake ritual because that's what she does for money, is she does fake witchery basically, and does some shenanigans. She just cheats people out of stuff because that's what she has to do to survive. And she's so relatable. And then the djinn discovers, he's like, oh my god, you're like this, so we're gonna go to Daevabad. And it's a little bit of a adventure story getting there, and then they get to Daevabad, and there's more drama and court stuff, and then we have another character in this who's kind of the opposite side, who is a character who's very like religious, but not in the way that you're gonna think. We have Ali, who is now like this new fancy role in the court, and he's very anti like jinn people, the Devas. He's very or is he anti-Deva, or like there's a lot of different races and I can't remember them all right now, but he's anti the people that they are oppressing basically, or sort of. He's a very misguided little boy, and he learns his ways through friendship, but it's intense. But I can't really explain words right now, guys, and I'm so sorry for you. My review is a mess right now, but pick up this book. This was so good. It was so intriguing. It's so expansive, and I loved it. And it's hard for me to like adult books because adult books are not usually my thing, but this was a really good adult book, and I really, really like it. And you should read it if you haven't read it yet, because the trilogy's complete now. I own the third one. I don't own the second one. I'm waiting and trying to get the second one. I just want to own Kingdom of Copper, but I don't own it. But it's on my wish list. It's to my sisters, who may or may not watch these videos. Last audiobook that I read was Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. Now, the internet is going nuts for Cemetery Boys. It is about a trans character named Yadriel, who is trying to prove himself to be a brujo, which is a kind of, it's kind of like necromancy witch in his culture, where they can call spirits and then send them off into the afterlife. And his family doesn't understand him because they don't believe that he is a boy. And it's a little bit of a heartwarming story that way. He accidentally, because his cousin is murdered and everyone's trying to figure out what the heck is going on, but he's trying to summon Miguel's spirit, so he accidentally summons Julian instead, and everyone calls him the resident bad boy, but I'm like, it's not really what I interpret the resident bad boy to be. He's just kind of the troublemaker and annoying, and it took me a long time to like his character because he's too chaotic. He's just too and that's coming from me. But he's too much, can't focus, and he needs to focus right now. Okay, I'm sorry, dude. You're dead. Did you not realize you're dead? He's a little. It's just a personality that I found clashing, and I wanted everyone to calm down. But here's the thing: it is a great story. I did enjoy it. A lot of people are giving it crazy 5-star reviews. I did not, because I thought it lacked a little for me plot-wise. Character-wise, we had so many amazing characters. There were multiple trans characters in this, which I thought was representation amazing. They were all unique and different, had their own storylines with it too, which was great because every story is different for every person's experience. And I thought the character building wise was amazing. Plot wise, I thought it was difficult because you have this big murder kind of thing. Well, not murder, but like this big death that happens that shocks the entire community, and it feels like no one does anything. It just feels like there's nothing happening there. And they spend so much time focused with Julian and kind of the budding relationship there, and kind of messing around more so then focusing on there's a problem here, and then especially with later plot developments happening. The twist was really good. It was kind of, it's somewhat expected if you're looking for the clues as to like who the big bad is kind of thing, but at the same time it was still shocking enough that you're like, come on, really? It's almost like the genre couldn't decide what it wanted to be. Like, it wanted to be contemporary, but it was still kind of urban fantasy, and it leaned too heavy on the contemporary for something that was so heavy on urban fantasy marketing wise, and so that kind of disappointed me a little bit. So I don't know, I didn't enjoy it as much as the rest of the internet seems to. I still enjoyed it a lot. I still thought it was a great story. It was really fun and interesting. I thought there was gonna happen a lot more here, and it didn't. So, I just, that part was lacking for me. Everything else about this book was amazing and beautiful, and I loved it, but the plot-wise, I felt unbalanced in it, I'll say. Please don't come for me. Final book review. I'm sorry it took me so long to get through all the reviews of everything today. This is probably a super long video, but if you're here, thanks. I won't do a huge review of this one either because I did a buddy read with BBB, and we read The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller, and I will tell you, I love this. I do hate that everyone keeps calling it, oh, it's a Slytherin romance, and I'm like, please stop. I'm kind of tired of everything being compared to like a Harry Potter thing because I'm done with Harry Potter and everything with J.K. Rowling and stuff. So it's definitely dark. It's a villainous romance. I will say that. They're darker, uniquer characters, and I liked it a lot. But I'm going to save my big review for this with BBB, but I did super enjoy it. Definitely go pick this up. It's a very fast read. It's one that it just sucks you right in. So if you need to read this before BBB and I do our full review of it, then go pick it up right now and go read it because it's great. It's intoxicating. We gotta go finish curry now. Let's go do that. Curry is done. Curry rice, curry rice. Everybody eats the curry rice. Curry rice. Hi, hi. Curry rice, curry rice.
Why are you following me? I'm not gonna eat it right away. It's too fucking hot because someone didn't get mozzarella.
Doo-doo-doo, look who it is.
Hello.
Hello. Oh.
And it's him.
And it's in a tray. Look at the butt. What are you doing, dude?
This is a very frequent thing.
Oh. What are you doing?
Struggle bus.
Alright, well, it's almost 10 o'clock at night, and I just want to sit and do nothing. So for the rest of the night, I'm gonna play some Among Us and just decompose. Decompose. Yep. This is the end, everybody. Decompress. I still have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, and yeah, I just feel like bleh now. I'm gonna read and go to bed. That's my plan. So thanks for joining me today on my reviews and my crazy errand running day and all this fun stuff. Alright, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, or on Facebook, tell me, Twitter. I'll see you next time, cuties. Bye! Corn is a pointless vegetable, and I stand by that statement.